Hello, lovely people. So you are listening to Clwb Orange on Native Radio. I am your host, Rosemary Dery. We're doing something a bit different today. We're doing another peeled back session, a peeled back interview, let's say. We have a very special guest all the way from Kenya. We have the Willis Chimano. Do you want to say hello?
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, thank you. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Now that I'm here as well, I'm doing even better.
That is a perfect answer. Thank you. I love that. You can come back again.
Thank you. How about 20 times?
I think I've got myself a new co-host, guys. Just saying.
Yep. Where's the contract, though?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, Willis Chimano, he's a musician. He's a performer.
Yes, he is.
An activist, artivist, writer, public speaker, and a very, very fashionable man, if I must do say. I must say.
Thank you.
I remember when I saw you earlier today, I was like, those shoes, where are they from? Straight away.
But yes, you were. But yeah, it's just something that I put on this.
Just something I threw on really quickly.
I call them pajamas.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, but thank you so much, though.
No, you look great.
Thank you.
So in terms of people who might not know who you are or like kind of know who you are, do you want to introduce yourself, a bit about you?
So I am Willis Chimano, Kenyan native. I hail from the wonderful city of Nairobi. I'm a musician, once fresh off a boy band that was called still is, or formerly called Sauti Sol. We did pretty well, and
don't humble yourself about pretty well. You guys are like legendary.
we did amazing.
There we go.
So I'm fresh off that boat, and I'm in new lands, trying to find new opportunities and new things to do with my life. And now we lead into the other introductions that you had for me.
Yes.
Which I'm slowly creeping into.
Yeah, I mean, you went from a boy band that was so big and impactful within East Africa, to then expanding into your own space as a solo artist and all these other extra things within that. What has that transition been like?
That transition has been eye-opening. It has been fulfilling. It has been it has been wonderful for me in terms of discovering who it is that I am, and it forced me to look deeper and deeper into myself. It has forced me to sit in silence, to find my different points of expression, it has been a blessing, and it's been grateful. But don't get me wrong as well. I am so grateful for the life that I have led and lived before this new part of this version of me. It has made me into who I am, and then for that I am grateful for. It has been the greatest pleasure to be in Sauti Sol. That has made me into the man that I am. But stepping into this new bit, it was only going to be a matter of time as I figure myself out. Yeah, I
love that. Like, you're on a path of growth and change. You just don't block your blessings, you know.
Don't block them.
Don't block those blessings, honey.
Because they're coming.
Abundance is coming, guys.
Please, yes.
So I kind of wanted to ask as well. So, in terms of Sauti Sol as well, what was it like being part of a boy band? What was that experience like for you?
It was. I don't know. It's just one of those things that, as throughout the years, as we were together, you realize that this is where I was meant to be. This is where I'm meant to be. Considering that we were in high school together, we started out in high school, which is way back in the early 2000s, before the 2010s. So considering then we met each other when we were maybe about 15, 16 years old, 15 years old actually, and known each other since then. So that's the only thing that we've ever known, really. I had a brief stint as a radio presenter after high school, but then that was also the time that Sauti Sol was. We were getting our foothold and still rehearsing together, and we started getting gigs and all of that. And we made a decision. I remember very clearly this one time we made a decision. We were just like, okay, guys, we're actually going to take this seriously, right? Right. Even if we're all going to uni, blah, 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 but we're taking this seriously. Yeah. Yes. And one thing led to another, and we became what we became. But it was an amazing ride being with my brothers. They were my family. They were my family. I'm related to one of them by blood for sure. That's BN. But it was the greatest pleasure of my life to be in Sauti Sol. It was so wonderful. It gave me so much exposure, from the people I've met, from the rooms I've been in, to how it fed my soul. It was amazing, through the highs and the lows. Yeah. And just the lesson of life that it taught me. How to just dealing with different personalities.
I can imagine.
My God.
The personalities in the media space in itself.
In the media space, with fans, with non-fans. It's been interesting with shows, just a hustle from the days of singing at this park called Central Park in Nairobi. Just these four guys with a guitar and doing a cappella songs, sitting under a particular tree. I think it's still there if they haven't cut it. From that to being on the stages we've been in, it's been amazing. It's been a blessing.
Oh, yeah. I love that. And that's such a beautiful thing to say, that even from the ups and the downs, you feel like the experience has really just shaped you. And I mean, what you're doing now is amazing. It's beautiful. You're doing this, one-man shows, touring across the world, bringing highlight to this new version of yourself. Yeah. Before we delve into that side of things, I kind of was interested in you mentioning that, you've been in this since you were 15. What was it like growing up in this space and becoming this?
Wow. So I will say 15 was just then, that was just in high school, but then literally I guess I because I grew up in the church as a lot of many other musicians who, you grew up in the church since I was 5 years old, leading praise and worship and being the one who's called upon to sing and everything. And it was growing up in that space. There was a lot of, in the beginning, there was a lot of self-doubt, because I'm such a small guy. So when my voice broke, it was deeper than a lot of, I think it was the deepest at that time. And I'm just this short, skinny guy, and everyone used to make fun of my voice. Everyone used to make so much fun of my voice, because it was also just bordering on as the childhood soprano to a teenage bass, and that crackling that happens in between
I know exactly that.
So I used to get made fun of so much. So I doubted myself on so many levels. And of course, on top of that, I was still a little flamboyant kid. So, just the heteronormativity of everything and being told you can't sit like that, you don't, had to watch out for the spinach hand.
That's fascinating. I've never heard that. Spinach hand. What? I love spinach hand. Okay. Wow. That's a new one. Okay, I'll take that.
to playing dress up, to loving, listening to, that time, listening to the Celine Dion's of this world, which was very unusual for a little boy. Then, of course, getting into high school and being a teenager, I was different from the rest, and to an extent, it kind of pushed me further into being an introvert.
Yeah.
Generally, I think in the grand scheme of things, I am, but because of, I guess, where I was and what people around me were giving off or projecting as an expectation of what it is to be a man, so it pulled me further back into
yourself,
into being a recluse and to just getting along and to being a good. I just wanted to be a good boy.
Yeah, you wanted to be perceived in that particular way. And I mean, I get that as well. Like for myself, growing up, I completely relate to you, which is why I just love your energy and everything about you, because being, especially even growing up in the UK, just being the more alternative black kid in itself, separate from anything else, and like just being perceived as different and wanting to fit in, but also wanting to be authentic in itself. I mean, because I can imagine being queer in Africa in itself is a whole thing.
Yeah.
Being queer within East Africa, where I feel like the development and space for queerness is not as much as it's grown within West and South Africa when you see it on media. But in East Africa, you're not really seeing, like, even my own research, I was looking, everything I saw was either South Africa or West Africa, but East African, barely anything.
Yeah. It's interesting. I will say, Kenya within the region, is more tolerant, to the queer community, but still, it's just one of those things that you feel that you have been given the privilege of being given tolerance, but just don't ask for anything more than that. So you really can't delve into your authentic self without the feeling of the sexuality being a hindrance to your growth, because that's what will be thrown in your face to begin with. In as much as you don't hear of a lot of like hate crimes in Kenya where I come from, where our neighbors, however, that's another story. So you always feel like an imposter in your own home, and you just do things to get along. So that's the thing. Just getting past the sexuality bit, because then you're just like, oh, I don't know, you're not going to get the same opportunities, or you're not going to get, in terms of healthcare, how you're treated, the stigma is alive and well. So you get a lot of us who, either just pretend or hide, or maybe get married, and to an extent eventually ends up like damaging a lot of families and a lot
mental
of
health generally.
But I will say, with in relation to Kenya, of course, there's this younger generation. They're very, very, very they're very forward in how they express themselves. They're so brave. I'm just like, oh, damn, I'm about to go into like, in my day, I would never do that.
But you have to realize you're part of that pathway for them.
Yeah.
You had to walk for them to run,
God, yeah.
You had to walk for them to run. Like, the examples had to be there, and the struggles and the conversations and the pushing had to be there for them to be like confident enough in that. And you're part of that. You're part of that narrative, Yeah.
I would hope that, to whatever extent that I have helped to,
100%.
So, and just being me. I'm just being me for myself, really.
Yeah, and I kind of wanted to then develop that. Then you've said you've had to hide yourself a lot, adjust yourself, etc. So then you're coming to your true self. And if you could describe your true self, who is it? Who is Willis Chimano?
Wow, Willis Chimano is just really, in a nutshell, what you see is what you get. I have no corners. I'm literally, metaphorically, a straight line. You can see the end of the tunnel.
That is brilliant.
So, generally, and I come from a place of unconditional love, which is also what I have strived to work on for myself, because you get to a point where you do develop resentment for the world and to an extent even for people around you, and it affects even those who love you. So many times, people who actually have been there for you, for me, have suffered the brunt of me focusing on what affects me negatively. So I literally just come from a place of unconditional love. Yes, as any human being, I have my days, but I'm also just like,
you're so warm and open. Like when I first met you, I just felt instantly connected to you because we just started chatting, hugging.
Yeah.
You're just so open and welcoming. It's lovely.
Thank you.
It's really, really lovely.
I don't know. And it's not something that I sit and think about, like, okay, so this is how I'm going to be. It's I think too, it's also subconsciously in a way, like you because of how you've been treated, or because of how maybe I've been treated, I would not want anybody to have those feelings in the stage that I've had of resentment, or just feeling bad. So you subconsciously maybe put yourself in someone else's shoes, but you're not consciously planning on how to, like, this is how I'm going to be so that I'm a nice person. I'm just like,
just an empath.
It is what it is. Yeah. So that is Willis Chimano, and Willis Chimano as well is, in a space of using his art, because or his art, or him being in his living in his truth, or whatever that may mean, to just go through his life, and that just is what it is, because I'm at a space where I can just, I don't know,
you can do that.
I've found meaning in my life.
That is actually so beautiful. And what's so beautiful as well is that you're expressing that through your current tour, Heavy as a Crown, where not only is it live performance, a one-man show, but you have a book, you perform in multiple different ways. It's very expressive, it's theatrical. Please, tell us all about this.
I think we all have a role to play in this planet, or in this human experiment, because we are in charge of our destiny, of our lives, or depending on whatever your beliefs are, we have a responsibility to do right by us. So for me, for my one-man show, for example, like that's my therapy. That's me coming into full realization of who it is that I am, where then I'm discovering things about myself that I'm just like, you're that B. Oh, come on, somebody, and you feel and just. Because everybody should match the beat of their own drum, and you have your own unique story, no matter how you tell it or present it, and it's not about presenting, it's you living it. And for me, this is just my way of coming into being and coming into myself, and I guess also to an extent it's because I'm in a place, because I come from I come from this band, and then I was struggling to keep up some appearances, and to, still struggling to find my space and my voice within the larger outfit. But then now now I'm here and I'm able to talk about it. And it took me a while to be able to, to talk about it. And to talk, and as well to use song and everything, because for me, for a long time, it was about, I have a role to play. I mean, I'm in a successful band. I have a role to play, and I can't deviate from that role, because we have a place where we're going. But now, resting, restoring, replenishing who it is that I am. Everybody has a story, and your story is your superpower. So you just, I'm in that place, and I'm feeling so much lighter. I'm feeling so much lighter. I wake up with such an elated heart. And then it affects how my interactions are. I know where to put my energy. I know where to not. And I've also learning the gift of silence. It's so beautiful. And
something you should definitely you should give yourself credit. You should be really proud of yourself, because so many people don't even get to that stage, or they hold on to that struggle, resentment, etc. within themselves.
Yeah.
But to feel light is to have forgiveness for yourself and others, and to just give space for your own development and growth. And you're doing that with this show, and I'm so excited.
Hey, me too.
To perform. So Willis will be performing in collaboration with Watch Africa for the Kenya UK season with British Council and the Africa Centre. You'll be performing at the Cardiff National Museum. We went to visit it earlier.
Yes,
you're like,
we did.
I always wanted to perform at a museum, and now I'm doing it. And I'm like, manifested.
Thank you so much, by the way. Yes.
No, I'm so excited.
Yes, I walked in and I was just like,
that's a bit of me right there.
I was just like, okay, cool.
Keeping it cool, but yeah.
Yeah, keeping it cool. Meanwhile, my heart is doing backstrokes.
That is brilliant. I saw you in the center, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be perfect.
Thank you so much.
It's going to be perfect. Yes.
It is going to be perfect. It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
It's going to be a good time.
We're going to have a great time.
We're going to have a great time.
In the space as well, there is literally a giant mammoth skeleton in there. It's so dramatic. We've got huge staircase to the side.
Yes.
We're going to have draping and lighting. It's going to be everything. And I'm so excited. You can imagine the feeling, the expression. I've seen little snippets of what you've done. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this.
I'm ready for it too.
How has the tour itself been? You've just come from London. You were in France as well.
Yes.
You were in Portugal. You've been quite a few places, haven't you?
Yeah.
Tired.
No. Yeah. Tired. But that's okay. I'm tired, but I guess you rest, you move on, or you keep going. It's been nerve-wracking, because every show is different, because I'm just I feel like I'm workshopping this one-man show as we work towards figuring out what the next steps are. Where are we going to scale it up? So what are we changing? Blah blah blah. So every show is different. So after I do every show, I'm just like, oh my God. I should have done this. In the beginning, I was so nervous when we started out in Adelaide, and in March of this year. So my manager and I, last year, when she told me about Fringe Festival, because I was still wondering how I'm going to move on to the next chapter of my life, because I didn't want to immediately get back into doing music or to doing this huge project that, I'm going to do an album now because I've gone solo. So album, because I wasn't too sure. I was just like, am I still in love with the music? Do I still want to do this? Because also at that time I was tired of being recognizable at home. I was tired of just being outside. I just enjoyed being at home, and and doing nothing. So when I was told about, when she told me about Fringe and the concept of it all, and how, and moving from a structured life, and moving from a team, because we had this big team, we had, oh my God, everything, had to go through certain channels. Oh my God, so structured now, but now to a space of just being easy, pacing yourself. That was difficult. So when we did the first shows, we decided that, okay, how many shows are we going to do? We can book 5 shows at a venue that I'd never been to. It was like this nice little, it was a former church. So it was wonderful. It was perfect. Yeah. I think the kind of venues that I like is kind of like former church, which is what I saw the museum today. I was just like, yeah. So, so we booked 5 shows, not knowing, are people going to show up? So then the script was written. Then we got to Adelaide, which was between March 8th to 12th. So 5 consecutive shows. And people turned up. But the first 2 shows, I think, especially the first one, I'd never done this. So I was really, really focused on what's on the script, to an extent, like, having to be reminded that it's your story, it's fine, you don't need to focus on. But I'm just like, no, I need my cues, I need to make sure that I follow.
But it comes from that background of being really structured, isn't it?
Being really structured, yeah. So, I mean, the first show, like, I forgot a huge, I was so nervous, I was shaking. Oh. I forgot a huge chunk of my script. At some point, I just stopped and I was just like, guys, I've forgotten my lines.
But people are so forgiving, especially if you admit it.
And that's the thing. That's the thing that even saying that, because I'd never say that. I'd never say that. I was just like, oh, you can be. It's learning how to be vulnerable again. Because I'm building another foundation. And I will say for this one-man show, it was me scaling back, because I wanted my art to have meaning. I just didn't want to have like, oh yeah, it's okay, I have an amazing voice. Okay. I can write an amazing song and it's going to be a hit. Okay. And then, so, I don't know. I was just like, we're going to scale back and build something that is, mine.
Purely Willis Chimano.
Yeah, purely Willis Chimano. And if it takes me taking the audience through my journey as to finding myself, for us to get to the music, so then be it. That's what we're going to do. So we're going on this journey together. So when I get back to doing the music, to now doing a debut album, because that what I have is just an EP. When I get to doing a debut album, like, it has, people have been with me on that journey and it has meaning. My voice has meaning. So I'm not just singing because I have the voice to. Actually, what's there, like I'm enjoying it. I'm feeling it. It's not just a genre that you're
actively present within this. It's not something passive.
It's not passive. I'm not just doing, I don't know, I'm not doing a genre because it's popular for the sake of it. So this is what this is for me. And so yes, we've been to, I was in did it in Adelaide. Portugal was like a small holiday, and then we went to the Fringe in Avignon in France. That was interesting because it was the only English speaking venue, but it was different each day because, as well, still I know it's English speaking, but then you have French people in there, so who come to watch it. But so it was diving between speaking less and actions more and more of music. So literally just learning as I go. And that's the most amazing bit about it, because I'm just like, oh wow, this is proper baptism by fire. again, I feel like this is 2007 again when we started out, and we were carrying heavy congas in the trains in Amsterdam, in the tube in London, when we had to carry all our instruments to the little venues that we played at. And by the time we got there, Jesus, maybe we could barely afford Dio. We were sweaty ass mess. We were already tired, but the beauty of it was just the process and the hustle of it all. So
and living in the process
and living
as well.
in the process. So this just feels like it, but then 2.0.
2.0. Purely Chimano 2.0 this time.
Yes, sir.
I kind of then wanted to delve in slightly. So, I mean, you're coming from Kenya, you're making this music, etc. But I can imagine, what is it like being an artist where I feel like there's not as much spotlight on East Africa? And because you can obviously notice there's so much going on with so much art and culture coming from Africa, but there's so much focus on West and South Africa. Yeah. Constantly. Yeah. And we're only just scratching the surface, I feel, on East Africa as well. What is it like having navigated that navigating that now, and being someone who you're now stepping into the space to try and shine a spotlight on that and bringing our attention?
I think there's a time and space for everything, and I will say with East Africa is that cousin or that friend who is an underdog but is slowly creeping up on you, and you're not realizing it because we're in it. And because as well, South Africa has, South Africa is South Africa, goddamn, since the 90s in terms of how their music and the command on the continent. And then, you have West Africa, more so Nigeria, just goddamn, where, they're just turn the other cheek, again, let's go. That's brilliant. But with East Africa, it's because as well we're in it, and we're seeing, and I would say as well more so Kenya, and we're seeing what's happening in the scene right now, or in the industry right now. You have some of the most versatile artists who are in Kenya, who are in Kenya, and I would say yes, mostly in Nairobi. But it's just different genres that are coming up, because as well now it's getting to this point. A lot of now the young artists who are coming up are getting more in touch with their roots, who they are, in terms of their language, their mother tongue, and you have some of the best R&B music that is from Kenya. And I will say, for example, if it's from the Kikuyu tribe, I feel like you find there's different from the different tribe, from the scale of tribes that we have, you find that there's some tribes who are really good at certain genres of music. You find Kikuyu music is so good in R&B, and you listen to it and it just rolls off the tongue. So
ancestral.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. And so slowly the younger generation of artists that are coming up are getting more in touch with their roots and their culture, and being proud to be able to speak their mother tongue. But then they're also infusing it with current genres, current sounds, because I will say, not too long ago, you'd find Kenyans, when they sing songs from Niger, and if they're singing Yoruba, or I don't know, would say, people are just singing and they don't know what the hell they're singing, and that's it. So slowly by slowly, you're getting now the young artists who are moving away from that and embracing and reclaiming that. And I will say, to an extent, yes, thank you West Africa, thank you Nigeria for that, because that has been inculcated in that. Oh wait, we can actually do popular music based off of our culture and our mother tongue, and it's catchy and it's amazing. We just need to forge our own path.
That's actually so beautiful. Yeah. And I think, just that representation. Sometimes you need to see someone else doing it for you to be like, okay, now it's our time. And that's just going to keep growing.
Yeah.
And one of the things with Clwb Orange as well is that Mobo music of like amplifying and that representation and holding this space for artists such as yourselves to come forward and be like, you know what? This is who I am authentically and truly. This is my music, this is my sound, this is my message. Come as yourself. And that is so, so lovely.
Yeah, come as yourself. And that's the only thing we want.
That's all we want. That's all we want. As we start rounding up, I wanted to ask, what's next for you? What is next for Chimano?
Oh my God. What's next for me? Wow.
It's a big question.
Yeah, it's a big question. First of all, I used to be scared about, first of all, taking the jump and scared of what it is that I could be capable of. But now, more and more, as I said before, realizing the different spectrums of my creativity is that, yay, I have a book about to come out now. My memoir that's coming out beginning of next year. Amazing. I'm working on now, I'm confident now to say that I'm working on my album, because when I was sitting in silence, I'm just like, oh, I have the album name already. I have the song titles in my head. I know what the album is about. I know what the visuals are going to look like. The only thing that I'm missing are the songs. So that's what's next. I'm just like, oh, what are we going to do with this one-man show? Okay, after this period now, because this is my last show tomorrow, when I get home, what are we doing? How are we scaling it up? Or, what are we changing? How am I combining it with my album that I'm recording to tell a story of ascension, of spirituality, rituals, of love, in the context of me being an African, or me being an African in, a queer African in 2025. What does that mean? So what's next? I'm just going to keep on growing in this, in every sphere of whatever it is I'm capable of doing, as long as I have health and I can walk and I can talk and I can be. I am going to explore the very different facets of myself, the God-given facets of myself that I keep on discovering.
Oh, that's actually so beautiful. And I mean, you did mention of possibly coming back in October to the UK. Yes. So,
Yeah. No, I'm coming back, and we're still going to work together because, you see that museum thing that just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. Please.
One more time again.
You see that museum thing that just happened? You're hired.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Talking
to you has been so enriching, really empowering as well, just listening to your story. And I feel like so many people are going to be able to relate and understand. And I'm so excited for tomorrow. I'm so excited to see what more is going to happen for you. The EP, the album, the book, everything. There's so much coming for you.
Thank you.
There's so much coming for you.
Thank you for having such a calm and amazing energy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I could just sense it when I saw you walking. I was just like, I see you.
Oh,
I see you, girl.
I love that.
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here, and may you continue to prosper.
Hey. Yes. Brilliant. So you can follow Chimano on the socials, Willis Chimano. You can go on YouTube. You can go on Spotify. Run that stuff up. Guys, run it up. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
I intend to.
We're going for dinner.
We're going for dinner.
Thank you guys so much. This has been Clwb Orange on Native Radio, and I've been your host, Rosemary Dery. Bye, guys.
I've been your co-host, Willis Chimano. Bye. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, babe. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
Get a hug.
Yeah. Oh,
you deserve it. That was
Lovely. Rosemary, beautiful job. Oh, thank you. I did think it's very.
Thank you.